Hello, and welcome to episode 61 of the Cooler Guild. I am Coop Cooper, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Van Crisp.
Hello.
We are recording on Sunday, April 19th, 2026. Today is kind of a bonus episode, but since the U.S. played Japan in a bunch of friendlies, including one in Seattle, we figured what better time to talk about the U.S. team with the World Cup on the horizon and kind of stuff happening. And we got to watch it in Seattle, so that's always super fun.
Yeah, for the first time in 9 years.
Yeah, it's been too long, way too long. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it for sure.
Yep.
But before we get into the rest of the episode, let's get some housekeeping out of the way.
The Cooler Guild is part of the Sounder at Heart podcast network. You can either listen to us on our public feed, or if you're a Sounder at Heart subscriber, on the private unified feed with the other podcasts on the network. If you'd like to become a subscriber, just visit our page at sounderatheart.com/the Cooler Guild. New subscribers get 10% off the normal rate, and you'll help support everything we're doing.
Cool.
So 3-game series against Japan. First game. So it was like a Saturday, Tuesday, Friday. So pretty quick turnaround for the 3 matches. And the Saturday game, they played April 11th in San Jose, and the U.S. won 2-1.
Clean sheet would have been nice for Claudia, but we can go over what how stupid that goal that they gave up was.
Yep, the 2 U.S. goals were scored by Rose Lavelle and Lindsay Heaps, and Japan's goal was scored by Ueki, who I've watched in the WSL, and I like the way she plays a lot. And then Tuesday's match, which we got to go to, record attendance, record standalone attendance for a women's sporting event in Seattle with 36,128.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was a good crowd.
With the weather,
it was so bad.
The weather was awful. It was cold. It was pouring down rain.
Yeah.
And still got 36,000 people out there.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah. That was sick. And they lost.
Yeah, unfortunately. Not 2 losses in Seattle.
0-1. Japan won. The goal scored by Hamano.
Frustrating game to watch. I was really hoping they would give him a little bit more of a show, but it was also terrible weather, so.
I'll complain about it in a bit.
Last game that we had, that was a really fun one to watch. And the weather was also kind of crappy for that one too. That was in Commerce City, Colorado. They got a pretty good attendance out for that one too. 17,589, like 2,000 shy about of a full sellout. They won that game though, 3-0 against Japan. Germa got a goal, Roosevelt got a goal, and Kennedy Wesley got a goal. These were all second half goals. Pretty fun. They really got everything kind of clicking in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of it clicked.
Yeah.
I will point out that the Seattle attendance still beat the combined attendance of games 1 and 3 together.
That's pretty cool. The thing to note there is the attendance couldn't really be much more for the other places. So I don't know. Do they need to be looking at bigger venues sometimes?
I think for these kind of spurts of games, these 3-match spans.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But when you have more pointed,
it's a good opponent too, so that brings up people.
This is a good opponent.
Yeah.
You're playing a top 10 ranked FIFA team.
Yeah.
And you have 3 games close together.
Yeah.
I think when you have a more specific big name opponent, maybe you play at a bigger venue.
I guess the issue in this country specifically is the stadiums that we have that have grass that is acceptable for this aren't very big. I mean, the only reason we got to host this is because they were prepping for the World Cup.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's probably getting pushed to a smaller venue somewhere. I don't know where else they could go. Maybe LA, which their stadium, not as big either. So it's cool that they got to experience a bigger crowd for sure. But yeah, I guess logistically, there's really not a lot of options in the U.S.
There isn't. There's not enough good ones.
No.
In really big hubs for women's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they like to play, at the KC Stadium.
It's tiny.
But it's so small.
Are they even allowed to, isn't there a minimum threshold that they have to, is it too small there for them to play?
It might be.
I think it might be too. I know they have room for expansion, but I haven't really heard anything about that recently.
But yeah, I definitely think that they could pull more people, but the other issue with it is U.S. soccer pricing.
Yeah, it's rough.
I would like to see it at a bigger stadium with more accessibility for people with prices.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is it up to standard? Can they actually play there?
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. So it's rough.
Yeah. Do you have any other like over, I don't know, before we dive into like the Seattle specific match, maybe, did you have
I think over the 3 games, it definitely, like, you could tell that Emma Hayes had a plan.
Totally. Yeah.
And I think looking at the 3 games as a whole makes the game in Seattle, puts it a bit into perspective. Mm-hmm. I'm still not happy about it, but you can see the idea with it, with the lineups, with the changes, with the rest.
Yeah.
And everything. So yeah, that's all I would say.
Yeah. She's been doing a lot of experimenting since she took over. It needed to end at some point. I wouldn't say this was like the game in Seattle. Yes, there was some experimentation, but it was also more of let's actually give our depth a look and see what they can do together. But she's narrowing down people for sure. And it's only going to get more difficult to make the roster now between now and next year.
It really is.
It's fun that you can kind of feel the like pressure turning up on everybody, and some are rising to it.
Definitely.
Some are not, but the ones that are, it's starting to turn it up. It's really fun to watch.
I think it's really also important that she is giving so many players time.
Yeah.
Because generally when you're called into these rosters and these camps, sometimes there will be a player that doesn't even see the field. Yeah,
you can be a bench player, and in the past U.S. experience, that doesn't happen. They don't get on the field.
And I think that's like people were worried about that with the core of the national team, after the failure at the World Cup in Australia, and saying like we've relied on these older players way too much. Mm-hmm. And so Emma Hayes came in and said, bet. Yeah, we got to find a new core. And so people complaining that maybe it's not, everybody's catching up to the U.S. and blah, 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 it just shows how strong the WSL is. Yeah, other teams are catching up, which is the point of growing the game. Yeah. But also the U.S. is in such a difficult situation where you have to find that transition between the Heapses and the Wilsons and all of that, while at the same time maintaining your top 3 status as a national team. Mm-hmm. And I think that she's overall doing a very, very good job at that. Yeah. Certainly interesting to watch. Usually someone just comes in and then they have their core already set. And this is totally kind of her team in a way that like, I don't fully know what she's going to do still. You can obviously pick out certain players. Yeah. But the fact that she's got a lot of names still in the conversation is pretty cool. And every camp, there's somebody new. And they're making impacts. Mm-hmm. And they're getting time on the pitch. Yeah, yeah. I think that's very smart, and I think it's only going to help the team in the long run. Agreed. And I will say one theme over the 3 matches, even with how good technically Japan is, the U.S. still held over 60% possession in all 3 matches. 61% in game 1, 67% in game 2, and then 65% in game 3. I wish they could have done more with that in the second game, but that's the thing. In the press conference after the match, Emma Hayes pointed that out and said, it's not a terrible game when you can possess the ball for 67% of the time. At the same time, you got to figure out a way to make that possession matter. Yeah. She also brought up that it's so much harder to play a team this short after a turnaround from playing them that same exact from game 1 to game 2. Yeah, they can make their quick adjustments pretty well and figure out, we're probably not going to have possession, so this is what we have to do to make it work for us. And they did. And they did a good job at that. They did. Japan looked like a very, very good opponent. Yeah, and minus the last game being a blowout. Sure, if you can call 3-0 really a blowout, but they looked good, and they have an interim coach. So Japan could be scary come World Cup time. I really liked watching them. They're a great team. Yeah. And if you're a fan of the game in its purest form, Japan, you love Japan. Yeah. Let's talk about the Seattle game. Let's get into it. Kind of a shit show on the back end for the media. We didn't get approved for a parking pass, which I don't know. I know there's a whole entourage of things that come with the U.S. game, so I knew there was a chance we wouldn't get a parking pass, but they also didn't get parking passes for the rain staff. until like the day of.
And someone had to fight for them to get it. I think it was Ryan. Kind of wild. Didn't really start off great there, but I don't know. What else did you what did you think of the experience?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, and I heard that from a couple people talking about their experience at the match.
Yeah.
You know, though the team didn't win, it was really as an event itself.
It felt like an event.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, it really felt big. It felt big for sure. I looked around. It was buzzing, even if it was terrible weather. People were into the game. They were excited to be there. They were excited to watch this team, even though they didn't win. The energy was there. It's
a good place to play.
Yeah. It's a good stadium.
And I think, let me go into my little rant here, because there's kind of like, I'm stuck between two worlds here, right? The first one being from a whole team perspective, from a national team perspective, Emma Hayes, the staff chose to focus on long-term growth and eventually returning to winning championships over what I think of would have been better for the city of Seattle and local soccer. And I get that from that perspective. That being said, not starting Claudia Dickey in the one opportunity you have in 9 years, and you have the Seattle goalkeeper on the roster who didn't have to make a ton of saves in the first game. She made 2 kind of point blank great saves, but otherwise not a whole lot else going on. And to choose not to play her, and with 36,000 people there, over 36,000 people there, not afford Seattle that ability to watch that player play and to be like, hey, there's a game on the 26th. I want to go see her again. Right?
Yeah.
And it's the one Reign player on the roster.
It's a huge bummer.
And I will say with that, there was so much talk about getting Sophia Wilson and Lindsay Heaps playing in their home state and yada, 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 and how great that is for them. You didn't afford Dickey that same courtesy.
Yeah.
It makes sense in the swapping, right? Putting Valentolas Joyce, who used to play for Seattle. We love her.
Yeah.
But as far as needing to get those thousands and tens of thousands of people to have that bug in their brain to come back and watch Claudia Dickey, next weekend, that wasn't set. And that bothers me.
It sucks. But yeah, it's worth the rant. I think it's worth the rant for sure.
And then to have it be your experiment game.
It's like, really? Like, if you're experimenting, couldn't we at least, like, goalkeepers, they're not running around as much. She could have played.
And for the politics of it, I would have just liked to sub earlier.
Sub at half, even get Claudia at half.
Put a player in that can really tie the game together, because once Tierna Davidson came on the pitch, and once Lindsay Heaps came on the pitch, the team looked 10 times better.
Yeah.
And to give us something to be excited about.
Yeah.
In front of your largest crowd. That's a selfish thing to want, but I am being selfish for the city of Seattle and for the Reign organization.
Yeah, we got you, Seattle.
And that's kind of my.
I mean, we're talking from the perspective of Seattle fans, so this is like a very biased podcast, and everyone who listens to this knows that. You're going to get our take.
And there were moments, I thought, in the Seattle game, in the kind of messiness of it, there was at least one player that stood out to me, and that was Emma Sears.
Emma Sears is fantastic.
Yeah, she was like the biggest bright spot in the first part of that match.
She was
great.
And
then, of course, Tierna Davidson's first national team appearance.
That was nice to see.
In last March. And she looked great. She looked like she didn't skip a beat.
Yeah, which we need.
Fantastic. And she has been playing regularly in the NWSL.
Has she started yet? Or is that somebody else I'm mixing up?
I'm not sure if she started, but I know she's been coming in.
Yeah, okay. I thought this was maybe her first start since her. Anyways, yeah, she looked great.
But yeah, overall, I mean, it was really cool to see the amount of press covering the match. From the local TV stations, from The Athletic, from, these bigger publications, to have them there when there's usually a handful of us.
They had Japanese media there too, which is fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So it was a good event.
It's too bad they can't do it more there, because it really is like Seattle is such a great city for stuff like this. They show up. I mean, you see it with like the hockey team before they even got the torrent, right? They would have the U.S. hockey team play the women because we don't like men. But they're selling out tickets there and stuff. I mean, this city does love supporting their national teams if you give them a chance. I just wish they would find a way to keep that grass at Lumen. It's really a shame they're going to rip it up.
Yeah, I know. And it looked good. The grass looked good.
It looked great.
And it even withstood that rainy game and then being played on the next day.
Yeah. Emma did comment that the field, she said it was playing well. She liked how it looked, but it was maybe a little bit quicker. So that might have played a factor into some of the stuff we were seeing the team have issues with.
It was
also wet. Yeah, it was also wet. Super wet.
And also one thing we noticed when we were there was that there wasn't covers over the benches.
It was so miserable.
But somebody in the Discord pointed out that the grass raises the field. So putting the cover on might have blocked the first couple rows.
Oh, interesting. I wonder, well, they had them out for the Sounders thing, so I think that fans just got lucky because it sounds like it was sponsor related and why they didn't bring them out.
Could have been, but
that's
again,
what it seemed
like
heard.
it also covered because it's raised about 18 inches.
I mean, but they had them out for the Sounders game, so I just feel like that's not. I don't know the issue. I thought Noah had mentioned that they didn't. Well, his theory was that they couldn't cover up the sponsors, and U.S. soccer is very, very strict about their sponsors and what can be seen. So,
well, there's other sponsors throughout the stadium, so it doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Anywho, anything else from the Seattle game?
It's fun that we got to see such a good team in Seattle. That's what I'm thankful for. Like, yeah, it didn't go our way. That would have been so much more fun for the city and retaining fans in terms of, having them come out for more women's soccer in Seattle. But being able to see Japan play is like a treat, even though they didn't hold a lot of possession. I mean, they're so fun when they have the ball in the box. Just the quickness that they have when they get going with their passing is, I don't know. It's really pleasing to the eye.
It really is.
I was pretty mesmerized by them at moments, to be honest. And yeah, I think they're always kind of my second team whenever the World Cup comes around. And yeah, I'm just glad that was who we got to play.
It was a treat to watch Japan for sure.
Thank you for listening to the Sounder at Heart podcast network, which now includes No Sarietes, Lobbing Scorchers, and the Cooler Guild. We've been independent since August of 2023, but need your support to make sure it continues. Although this podcast is free, it's only made possible by your continued support. Memberships start as low as $25 a year, which not only helps make podcasts like this one happen, but also gets you access to everything we produce. If you're able to support us at higher levels, starting at $75 a year, you gain access to a host of other perks, most notably entry into our members-only Discord, where the smartest, funniest, and most engaged commenters share their thoughts and ideas. To find out more, just visit sounderatheart.com and click the subscribe button in the top right corner. Thanks for listening.
Let's get into kind of overall stuff about the matches. Roster predictions, I guess. Should we do that?
Nah, let's go with what worked and what didn't work.
Okay, we'll start there. Okay. Claudia Dickey?
Absolutely.
Yeah? You think she's the starter?
Yes.
Yeah.
At this point, yes. We didn't lose when she played.
It's true. And
the goal in the second game, the Seattle game, I think she would have saved.
Do you want to talk about that goal? I guess we'll say that for what didn't work. Never mind. We can save it because it's really just annoys me rewatching that.
That was a goal from the first game.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Both goals pissed me off.
Yeah, I think Dickey looked more comfortable with the ball at her feet, which was always a talking point with Fallon, right?
Uh-huh.
And something that they kept saying she needed to work on. And I think Dickey just looks more comfortable. It seems that the defense is more organized with her on the field. And I just, for right now, she is so solid that I don't see why you wouldn't give her the number one spot.
I'm like laughing because I'm just like picturing myself right here 2 years ago. hearing you talk about Claudia Dickey and where we are now. It's quite the turnaround. But she looks amazing.
It's a turnaround because she made a turnaround.
Yeah.
I stand by what I used to say.
I don't know. I mean, you were always much harsher than I ever was. You're very critical about goalkeepers, though, for obvious reasons of your past history of your goalkeeper. The team was really bad that year, so that didn't help Claudia. She also she got injured that year too a bit. Yeah, it's very funny to listen.
Oh, it's also very funny for me to think about if you would have asked me 2 years ago if I would be campaigning for Claudia Dickey to be the U.S. #1 goalkeeper.
Yeah, who else? I mean,
I would have died laughing at you.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like we've seen the strides that we would have need to see from Fallon to lock up that spot. I don't know why that hasn't happened.
I also think it speaks to how Emma Hayes feels about the situation.
Okay.
When you start Claudia in game 1, and then in your game 2, where you're getting other players' time, working on that development, that's when you play Fallon. And then when you go into game 3 with the best starting lineup you've had on of field players, and you back that with Claudia Dickey, that says to me that Emma's made her choice or is pretty sure in that choice.
Yeah, barring some disaster.
Yeah.
Or something injury related, which is why she needs to keep rotating them a bit.
Exactly. And you look at the caps between the two players, they're both still under 20 caps.
Yeah, it's not much.
So you need to build that up. Because you don't want to be going into the World Cup with two goalkeepers, one of them way more cap than the other one, and then your backup not feeling super comfortable.
Totally.
I would rather have them split time until we get really, really close to the World Cup, pick your #1, but have a definitive #2 backup that could come in at any moment and perform. So I get it.
What else worked for you?
Rose Lavelle.
She's so good. It does concern me how much we're going to be relying on her. As long as she's healthy, we'll be good. But sometimes she's out for stints. She does seem to get ready right in time.
True.
For major tournaments. But yeah,
and it's usually to the detriment of her club team.
Yeah.
Because I remember I can't remember what tournament it was, but she played for the tournament, but hadn't played for the club team for 4 matches or something.
Yeah, her club stats are interesting.
But she's had a solid year so far.
She has.
And she seems to be staying healthy, which is good.
Yeah.
I've already touched on this, but Tierna Davidson is good. And I'm so happy to see her back because there's not a lot of depth there.
I feel like there's
there's different choices, but there's nobody with her set of skills.
Sure.
Maybe you could argue Jordan Bug.
What do you think Tierna brings to the team? Is it what she can do when she pushes up? Is that
as well as just her demeanor?
Okay, the calmness.
Which reminds me a lot of Jordan Bug.
Yeah.
Jordan Bug reminds me of Tierna Davidson in that sense.
Yeah.
The height, the ability in the air. But also with her, you get that experience. Just because she's been around the senior team for so long. And with a lot of other things going on around, it's good to have that anchor point, especially in the back line. I mean, with Girma. Naomi Girma is always going to be your starter back there. But it was nice to see a little bit more of that anchored relationship back.
Yeah. I was really hoping we would I'm glad Tierna's back, but I was hoping to see a Bug Girma connection, and Bug got really unfortunate with injury circumstances that she didn't get called up for this.
She got called up to the under-20s, but
yeah, but I feel like if she wouldn't had her
23s,
whatever, but she would have been called up to this team had she not had that injury.
Yeah, if she'd been playing regularly.
Yeah, but that hasn't been happening, so it makes sense to not call her in for this set of friendlies.
It did allow for a couple other impactful substitutions.
Sure.
You want to talk about Kennedy Wesley? Because I didn't really know much about her before going into this.
I didn't know anything about her. I did see a lot of people being the people apparently who've been in the know with her were just finally she's getting her due. What I mean, she substitutes on and 2 minutes later scores?
It was pretty quick. Or did she assist first or did she score?
I did write this up here. Well, I didn't write the substitution thing even though I brought it up. Because she scored in the 47th minute. Yeah, so she subbed. Oh, no, it was the assist. So she subs on. She assists Gurma to get that goal first.
Yeah, a minute after she subbed on.
And then in the 64th minute, not much longer, gets a goal. Looks fired up as fuck. I mean, this is what I was talking about, is people taking their moments when they're given them. We don't know what's going to happen with our depth and who we bring off the bench. This is the kind of stuff we need to be seeing from players when we have these friendlies against teams like Japan, because it's really hard to gauge how the team is looking when we're not playing actually good opponents. I don't mean offense to some of the people we play, but not everyone we tend to play friendlies against is at the level of Japan.
Well, we tend to play other CONCACAF teams that come from historically underfunded.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
Just programs.
Yeah, it's not their fault. But they're still not they're not at the level that I would like to see us constantly test ourselves against.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot when it comes to finding good opponents to continually play.
I feel like it's been so long in terms of the Kennedy Wesley thing. My favorite times as a US fan over the years, one of them is when we had Sidney Leroux. Just someone to come off the bench and just deliver an absolute all-time performance for the history books. I need that. As much as I love Roosevelt doing her thing on the regular, it's going to be difficult at times and you're going to need some crazy performances off your bench. I think Kennedy Wesley might be that.
Yeah. She only has 6 caps for the senior team, but she's been in the national team program since the U17s. So,
I mean, this just seems like a dream way to come back, right? And get this performance that I feel like once she's gotten this taste of success and being able to vibe with the team and like help them out, that's going to hopefully give her the confidence and skyrocket to try to really push and get into this roster for next year. That's what's so exciting, is that it's just around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. It really is coming up quick.
Yeah, we need these kinds of performances from players to show how much they want to be on that team next year.
Absolutely.
And I don't feel like we've seen that necessarily with some of the forwards. And the Kennedy Wesley isn't even in that position.
No, you really only saw it from like Alyssa Thompson.
Yeah.
When she started coming into the mix. But to have an impact, and a striking impact at that, right? Like something that you could see was a game changer, is really cool for a young player.
That's so cool. It was fun. It was super fun. And it was cold there too. Let's not like...
Yeah, it was like nice and sunny the day before, and then it just like snowed a bunch. Yeah. And they had to clear off the field.
Yeah, but it was like, what, 38 degrees or something like that?
Yeah.
Ground was cold and hard, and running on that doesn't seem very fun. But all she needed was 1/2 to show the team what she's got, so...
Is there anything else you wanted to point it out in the what worked section?
I mean, I thought the substitutes in the other game are also good. The second game in Seattle, but it wasn't enough. So no. I can't really say that it worked. I mean, they didn't give up another goal, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
One of the biggest things, and this is so unfortunate for her, but it was a really, really tough stretch for Lily Real. It was not a good 3-game series for her. And to the point where like, I know we're trying to grow players, but when you're constantly having subpar performances, how long do you let that go on?
It was tough.
Real tough. And I wish that was what was happening, but she got axed so many times. And it's just really unfortunate.
That's going to cost them in the World Cup too. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, just bad mistakes.
Yeah, get some more speed on that side against her too. And I mean, I don't want to see what happens after that.
Yeah, she didn't look comfortable or confident, and just wasn't good.
Yeah.
The goal in Seattle, I think Fallon's position could have been better, but it was a good goal. Real got basically her ankles broken.
Stuck.
Player was wide open.
Just stuck.
It was terrible. But I think the worst goal that they let up was in game 1.
I mean, they didn't even care.
No.
No one seemed to give a shit about keeping a clean sheet.
No, the ball like went forward for Japan and they were in the box and then it bounced back out and into like close to the 6. And then for some reason, when it came forward to the attacking Japanese player, everybody just like assumed she was offside.
Yeah.
And just let her have a free one.
Mm-hmm.
Giselle Thompson held her on. And you noted.
It's so painful to rewatch this once you realize this happens.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe other people caught it live. I know I was observant sometimes, but Emily Fox is, you know, the first defender kind of there when the ball starts coming in and heads the ball back out. Obviously didn't go far enough because Japan was able to get it and score right after that. But after she heads it with her head, she is readjusting her hair. Like, while the ball is still in the box, while Japan is still trying to score a goal. I'm sorry, but like, wait. Like, well, what? Like, that is, to me, like, what? You are not locked in. And I don't, like...
I mean, to be fair, everybody was doing that.
I know,
not adjusting their hair, but not locked in. Like, you could tell when they thought just the visible body language changed when they assumed the player was offside.
Yes, but she was adjusting her hair. That is like next level inexcusable.
Yeah.
Truly, come on. To me, that was like, we don't do that at this level until the ball is completely out of the area. I know it's a friendly, but I don't care. It's a bad look. It's a really bad look.
But to be fair, I didn't see her do it in the other games she played in.
To me, it was kind of like the equivalent to me, maybe not as bad, but it was kind of the equivalent to me of like someone running a ball for a touchdown and then celebrating, but dropping it like 3 inches from crossing the line. Like, yeah. That's what it looked like to me. I was just like, she's never going to do it again. But wow, you let that happen. You let us see on the highlight reel you adjusting your hair while the Japan scores. It's
an interesting look, too, at just the mentality of it when, you know, offside isn't necessarily called right away now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The flag stays down.
Yeah.
Until, you know, something happens with the ball.
Yeah, so they should be more locked in.
You should be still playing as if it is onside.
She should know better, too.
They do.
They all do.
But it was a bad lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
And it hurt him in the first game.
Yeah, it was annoying. Super annoying. I mean, credit to Japan for taking advantage of it. But good God, the defense really just fell apart.
Do you want to do some wild roster predictions for the World Cup?
I mean, I don't know if I have anything super wild, but we can go through it.
Sure.
Yeah, we can go through it. Starting goalkeeper situation, I think we went over this a bit. Dickey, I think he's got that spot locked up. Fallon, still the 2. The 3 is, who knows what's going to go on there. I feel like at this point, though, she seems like a good vibe. I guess she'll stay the 3. I don't know.
The other option is maybe Abby Smith.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, if you come in and you know you're going to be a third goalkeeper, I think it's all about your vibes.
For sure.
I mean, you got to be good, obviously.
I will be interested to see, though, once Lindsay Heaps gets to Denver, if that changes anything.
Maybe.
For Abby Smith.
Maybe. What kind of things would you think would change?
Her visibility to Emma Hayes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because she'll have to keep an eye on Heaps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. Who's watching? I mean, who's watching the dash?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, midfield. Do we give credit to Heaps now?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I think she has just become so much more solid and consistent. And I think that she fits in with the system better now than she did previously.
I mean, it's her team, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like that now.
I would love to see, I mean, the U.S. already has a ton of possession, but I would love to see Sam Meza and Meza Heaps midfield. That's because I'm a Rain fan.
This is a biased podcast. We will remind you. Because Meza's gotten called up before. The Rain's performances need to hold up in order for that to happen again. It would be awesome to finally see her get called up again with, you know, the ideal, like, When she got called up, it certainly wasn't this kind of roster build.
No.
So it would be cool.
We're in a different phase now.
Yeah, so it would be cool to see her get brought in with this kind of pressure of the World Cup actually coming up and be given some chances. There's not going to be many more chances though, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, you got to make it happen when you do get that chance.
Yeah, but who's like? I mean, if Heaps goes out, what do we do with our midfield?
I don't know.
That does seem like...
I mean, Lily Johannes.
She didn't look as good as she has.
No, she didn't.
And that worries me. Because she, to me, seemed like such a shoo-in and such a bright... I don't know, maybe it's the move to her new team. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but... Maybe
a move to another new team would benefit her. She seemed to really enjoy being in Seattle.
Yeah, she brought the whole family.
Yeah, when we walked out of the press conference, she was in the hallway. I did a double take and I was like, oh. And then like all of her family was there in Seattle.
Yeah, wonder why. I don't know if they were at the other games. But for our own speculation fun, maybe the family was checking things out in Seattle.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, the midfield for me is just kind of a wash right now. I think it's fine where it is, but we definitely need players like Johannes to start stepping up. Moultrie was pretty mid these games.
I thought she would do better.
She's been playing really well.
That's why it
didn't translate.
No, it didn't.
Which was surprising to me.
Super surprising. I don't enjoy her.
I am a Moultrie hater.
I need her to be good though.
But when it comes to the national team, I need you to be good. I will put that hatred aside.
I won't though if you're not very good.
Fair.
The hate will be on stronger at that point.
So yeah. Defense. I understand the Giselle Thompson hype.
She has moments.
But as a shoe-in for the back line, she's not there yet. For me.
Who is there instead then?
Avery Patterson.
Yeah, I like Avery a lot.
I think she's a more well-rounded player. I think given a little bit more time, and maybe that time is up until the World Cup next summer, maybe Giselle Thompson will figure it out. But there are really good moments, and then there are very bad lapse moments. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if she stays at Angel City, knowing what's on the horizon. Like, does she need to? I don't know. I feel like something might change there.
Maybe. I was thinking of my ideal back four, and it's Emily Fox, Gurma, Davidson, and Patterson. Bug, I don't know where Jordan Bug's going to be, but I have full confidence that if she's playing well, because she does have the senior national team experience now, right? She's been called up for the last couple camps and has played minutes. I think she's definitely in the conversation there.
I mean, there's group stages, so she'll, if and when she gets back to being fully healthy, I fully expect her to be on this roster because there isn't a lot of options there.
Yeah.
And she is up to the task.
And I'm still waiting for the moment where they figure out that Emily Sonnet is a good six.
I mean, I guess people are just refusing to acknowledge what happened in Seattle.
That, and that she was the only reason that the U.S. wasn't an absolute complete embarrassment in their last game in the Australia World Cup.
It's weird. It's weird though that I don't understand the insistence on having to put her back there.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I do want, like we were talking about Kennedy Wesley, I want to see more of her. If she can keep doing what she's doing, great.
It adds a dynamic element to the team.
But Bug's also doing that when she's on the pitch. She's getting higher. It's going to be a tough choice there. What's going to be an even tougher choice is in the forwards.
We didn't even get Macario in this one either.
I would add that to the midfield.
Yeah.
That's an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know where she's at, you know? And like right now would be the time that you would want to see her getting in with the team. I know that she's such a good player that she doesn't really need that as long as she's healthy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You also don't want to screw up what was working in this last game too much, so.
But it's the third of 3 games.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of rotation. Japan's rotated a lot. Don't have everybody at 100%.
That's
tough.
Yeah, that's kind of I feel like, yeah, we won the last game 3-0, but our forwards are not where ideally we want to see them at the moment. And that's hopefully, I mean, it seems like they could be peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
The exact right time.
I wrote that in the notes here.
Yeah.
Alyssa Thompson will probably be peaking by World Cup 2027, which is scary exciting. And I think it's important to, because you had Wilson returning and Rodman returning, Wilson from maternity, Rodman from injury.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't look like themselves very much. There were moments, I think. But like Emma Hayes said in the presser in Seattle, they've only played together about 90 minutes in the last 18 months.
Yeah, Wilson definitely could have scored in the third game.
Yeah, she put herself into some really dangerous positions. Just the execution wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that's just a time thing.
Yeah, she just looked a little rusty.
So I think that'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Alyssa Thompson.
She looked awesome. She was having so much fun out there.
Mm-hmm. And she's fast.
She's super fast.
That speed is so important.
Yeah.
For breaking down these teams, especially when you're playing in the group stages, when you're playing teams that are maybe less experienced or at a lower quote unquote level, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have that speed to break through when you're going in transition, those moments where even if they've stacked the back, we talked about this in the Seattle game in Portland, right? When they're shoving all 11 players in the box, it's really hard to beat them. But when you pull them out and have a moment in transition, that speed is what gets you through the lines and offers you opportunities. And that Alyssa Thompson is really helpful for that.
Yeah, speed seemed to be a real issue in the second game in Seattle.
Yeah.
They just looked slow. The ball was fast, but they looked slow.
Well, they were bogged down by an extra 10 pounds of water, but...
That's true.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough roster once we get closer. I mean, honestly, you'll have a little bit more clarity once it gets closer just because they'll play more games with that core group.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have a little bit more insight into what Emma Hayes is thinking. It's just so hard. We get a lot of time.
Yeah. And almost certainly there's going to be some injury.
I didn't want to say it, but yes.
It's just inevitable. It is. There's going to be something that is going to give us a scare.
Which is why it's important for Emma Hayes to keep playing these players that have less caps and getting them more experience, putting them into these pressure cooker situations.
Yeah, because I really did like the last team she put out, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I see what we're doing here. I was very skeptical about where things were going with how much she was bringing in new players last year and for a while. And I finally saw kind of everything put together and I was like, okay. Now, who I didn't feel comfortable because of the Seattle game with the rotation and if there is an injury.
Yeah.
to one of those key players. I don't know. It does have me worried, but it is the US. We have depth. We have players that can step up. They have a mentality that they know that they have to get to. The moment the World Cup comes around, yes, there's not a ton of experience in that with this roster still, but there will be players there. Heaps, I think, actually does a very good job as the captain in keeping everybody kind of in check. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
One player we haven't talked about who featured multiple games, Claire Hutton. And for the life of me, she must have been fine, but I can't remember a moment when I was like, oh, Claire Hutton. Which now just thinking about it is interesting. Could be a me issue, but
I think we can wrap up that, right?
Yeah.
Do we want to do like a cooler player of the series?
It's Claudia Dickey.
It's Claudia Dickey. Congrats. Yeah. We can quickly plug our sponsor for the segment, but yeah. Cooler player of the match let's restart that. Cooler player of the series is brought to you by the Doctor's Office, a great little 12-seat bar on Capitol Hill. The owner is a big fan of the Reign and the USWNT soccer team and is proud to be our very first sponsor. Congrats, Claudia Dickey.
I would also give a shout out to the 36,128 people who braved the rain.
Yeah, and I will make note, I did see a lot of Portland fans came up. Good for them. I did see that they made use of their really shitty plastic capes. And they used them.
You could see it from the press box.
Yeah, they were
you were looking down and you were like, oh, the capes.
They were basically trash bags is what they were. They were black trash bags with the Thorns logo on them, which is also trash. So they just draped their cape over their seat to protect it from the water before they sat down on their enhanced garbage bag. Anyways, you'll never hear the end of the capes from me.
I will say, not to glaze them or anything, but I do appreciate the reuse.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was
like, if you're gonna get like a crappy handout from a game, the fact that you could find multiple uses for it, good on you.
What a stupid thing to give away. It's insane. All right. Thanks again to our sponsor, the Doctor's Office. The Doctor's Office is the best place to grab a drink before or after a rain match, or even a U.S. Women's National Team match. Go check out their Instagram at TDO Seattle, or better yet, go drink there in person. Cheers.
Cheers.
Do we want to wrap up? Well, I guess we'll quickly preview the Rain's next match. Just a quick reminder. We have the little preview we already did in the other episode. And then do you want to talk about the schedule change thing here, or do you want to say
we can touch on it real quick?
Okay, so I'll just mention, I guess we can save the Rain match for last. Okay, so the NWSL is voting on changing the schedule to line up with like what the leagues do in Europe. Basically, it puts them onto the FIFA calendar better. It also would put them onto the transfer windows a lot better, and contracts and stuff like that would be a lot more efficient, probably, if you're looking at players from other places in the world. What was your... We've talked about this before. We have talked about this before because the MLS is changing their schedule. It seems that the Players Association for the NWSL is against this. What was your reaction to the news that they're voting on it again?
I mean, it's not surprising.
No.
I like the idea of getting on the FIFA calendar, but specifically for the NWSL at this moment, I don't think it's a good idea.
I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It competes too much with the stadium, the other occupants of the stadium, in multiple teams, not just ours. It overflows the soccer calendar for people that already have short attention spans for their teams. And so if you're going to watch, I've got football, soccer, men's soccer, all these things, it's not good. It draws attention away from the women's game. And I doubt in the climates where these teams are, they want to play. It's already hard enough with the freaking weather delays and stuff. Imagine playing in Denver, late January, early February.
Denver, Chicago, Boston, New York. These are not places that will be easy to set up fields. Yeah.
I don't like it at this time. I hope the game outgrows that conversation. I hope the NWSL outgrows this conversation, but I don't think, and for a league that seems to be overly obsessed with just making money at anybody's behest, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
This is going to kill, it would kill attendance.
Yeah.
It's going to kill attendance for MLS. Imagine what it would do to the NWSL.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think the risk reward is on the same level as it is for MLS.
Agreed.
So I think this is a terrible idea from all angles, from player welfare to attendance to making bank for the league.
Yeah. I think the thing I would add on to that is because people talk about the heat being an issue. I think the way that I think they're just going to have to adjust their like kickoff times and be smarter about it, because if you put them in the evening, temperatures are typically lower, depending on where it is, at least. You might have to go even early in the day, depending on where it is. But that might have to be the conversation, because if they're talking about flipping the calendar, they also need to have a conversation that that's not going to help grow fans. How do we create a safe environment for players if we're not going to flip the calendar? Because it can be done, I think. They haven't historically set them up for success in many circumstances. Portland last year, specifically. I don't know. It's interesting. I really don't want to compete with MLS, NFL, college football, basketball, hockey. That just seems so irresponsible to put the NWSL and having to compete with all of those.
Yeah.
So the Players Association has seemingly spoke their mind on it, so I don't think it'll go through, but the conversation is going to continue to come up, I imagine. So
they've also decided to start actually implementing a rule that was in the negotiations, which is fining players for not wearing certain sponsored cleats.
Yeah. Nike and Adidas signed on to this.
Yeah, so brands could buy into the to be brands that NWSL players could wear.
Yeah. Which the WNBA does this, some version of this. They are barring brands from paying the fines if they want to wear the stuff.
Yeah. And I think it's a $35,000 fine.
It gets bigger. So the first offense, and then it keeps going up. It's weird because apparently the article that wrote about this, the Players Association seems to be okay with it.
Well, it's in the contract.
Okay. I'm just wondering because this could offer goods for players that don't have sponsorships. I just feel like it's kind of fucked up though to
I haven't read a ton into it other than the initial what the heck, but and then looking at some parts of it, but yeah,
because now what happens with players with New Balance shoes, or Sofia Huerta has who's
is she with Umbro?
I think it's someone else. I think she has that
she's with Lotto.
Yeah. I just don't, that's dumb that she wouldn't be able to promote them on it's not even that big of a deal. It's just a fucking shoe, and they're not getting and they're not getting that. Well, they're not even getting that much money out of it. So I don't know. NWSL is a wacky place.
It sure is.
Always about bottom lines. It's very annoying. All right. Do you have anything else you want to bring up in terms of NWSL, US Women's National Team? Anything else before we kind of wrap everything up?
Nope.
Okay. Reign's next match is versus the Utah Royals. In case you forgot, get your tickets. It's at Lumen Field. First match at Lumen Field. It's going to be on some nice new grass.
Yay.
That's going to be Sunday, April 26th, 5 p.m. If you're not going, it's going to be on Victory Plus, but you should go. You should go.
It's fun to see the grass.
It's very fun.
And there might be extra hype with the national team just having played here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If we want to run the shout out to Noah.
Yeah.
US Soccer for this one time I'll shout out US Soccer for helping me out in my life. But Noah was doing some coverage for US Soccer, and I can't remember who else he was partnered with Lobbing Scorchers, but they covered the game there, and we got to go on a mini.
Was it Legends?
Yes, I think it was Legends, but we got to go on a little shopping. He called it a shopping spree. It was a shopping spree. We got a hat. We got some really cool hats though.
Some cool hats.
They're really cool hats. Van has hers on. Maybe she can post a picture of it. I don't have mine on right now, but I also got a really cool hat. I got a 99ers hat there. That was kind of fun that they got to have all the merch there for fans to buy. Pretty sweet. So thanks to Noah for bringing us in for that. Do you have any shout outs?
I want to shout out former Reign player, Allie Long.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Allie Long, 38 years old.
Come back.
On a comeback tour.
Hell yeah.
She just signed with USL Super League, Cambridge Super League, Fort Lauderdale team.
That's pretty sweet. I love Allie Long.
So yeah, I'm happy to see her wanting to come back.
Yeah.
Also shout out Sydney LaRue. She's coming back.
Yeah. Some of our faves. It's crazy how long they've been playing the game, but
I'm excited for Allie Long to. For me, it seems like obviously she's not doing it for money.
Mm-hmm.
She probably just really misses playing.
Yeah.
And I love that.
It's pretty cool.
Somebody that enjoys the game.
Yeah.
To be able to get back on and play. And that's why having another professional league is so important in this country. Also imagine playing for that team and then all of a sudden Allie Long is coming to play with you. That's so cool. Yeah.
That's so cool. I won't bring up our day of remembrance that will be coming. Was it Friday that we found out that news? the darkest day in lesbian sports history.
I had forgotten. Will you
This truly ruined my weekend. Truly ruined my day. You sent that to me and I was like, Van, I gotta put you on mute. I cannot have you. I cannot have you breaking horrible news to me like this. I was just living my life. Live, laugh, love in my life. I just, was enjoying.
You were live, laugh, lesbians.
Yeah, that was me. That used to be me. Now I'm not. I was fine. I was like off my phone. I was enjoying life. And then all of a sudden, text from Van. You want to hear the worst news that's ever happened in Seattle lesbian sports history?
I think I texted you something like, oh no, Sue and Megan.
It's heartbreaking. I'm not surprised, but it's still heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It was very, their relationship started kind of when Alex and I started kind of dating. So it's kind of been a constant with us and now it's over.
Oh my God. I was just looking at the article, I think it's the ESPN article.
Oh God.
About Allie Long.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it's funny because it's a picture of her playing for the Thorns.
Oh, weird.
Against the rain.
Huh.
It's her, and you can't really see it, but her in front of Haley Kopmeyer. Shout out Cop, with Lou Barnes in the background and Megan Rapinoe in the background with Emily Sonnet.
Oh my God.
Man. What a golden age.
I know. That's the thing is I'm not getting this like golden age feeling with the US team.
No.
Unfortunately, there was just something so special about that team. Oh man, reminiscing.
Anyway,
maybe they can change my mind because they haven't done anything special yet. The new people, so they've got to do that themselves.
Yeah, they need a moment.
Yeah, I just don't feel the energy quite there yet.
Well, it's hard to have that energy when
it's cold and wet.
When there's so much turnover, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, guess I'll go drink my sorrows again.
God,
I did pour a drink that night, a big drink. I was like, this is terrible.
End of an era. Yeah. Cool. Well, hopefully you all enjoyed this little bonus episode. I mean, we're probably going to be doing more World Cup coverage as it kind of keeps going. So thanks again to our sponsor, the doctor's office. You can go follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at Cooler Guild Pod. You can send us an email. Let us know if you want more U.S. Women's National Team coverage or whatnot. You can send that email to thecoolerguild@gmail.com. You can also visit our main page, soundartheart.com/the Cooler Guild.
Hit the subscribe on there.
Subscribe.
We haven't had one for a little while, so little sometimes means long. But go on YouTube, youtube.com/the Cooler Guild. You can follow us there. Wherever you're listening, please go rate 5 stars. Till next time, I'm Coop.
I'm Van.
Stay cool, y'all.
Stay cool.